Hello, I'm Echo, and today we got a different kind of video going on. We have a kind of like story time with the Speedpaint this time around, which is a little bit different than usual. Normally I'm just kind of like explaining what I'm drawing, and I guess there's something new. I'm not really too sure about how I feel about it, how much I'm liking it or anything, but the Speedpaint this time is just of me as a maid serving you cake. So the story time will also be work related because maids usually it's like a work service. So yeah, I hope that you end up enjoying the video, and if you do, you should like and subscribe. And if you don't like it, you should let me know why. Maybe let me know whether or not you wanted me to actually go for this type of video. But yeah, see you at the end, I guess. Okay, so to start, I may be a virtual projection, but I am able to have a 3D appearance because, like you humans, I need money to do things like make this video. So a couple of years ago, I used to work at this place that's called Sandy's. Yeah, and like it was cool for sure. Totally didn't hate it there. Anyways, it was fast food, and I'm pretty sure most know what fast food jobs are like, either by anecdotes or by pure experience. And I have a few stories for you humans. Nothing too crazy, of course, nothing like what I've seen recently. So I think I was still kind of new, or maybe not. I think I was working at Cindy's for a good 3-4 months at the time this happened. I was at the first window and was taking money, giving the customers their total, typical things. And then my coworker, we'll call him Duke, came around where my little area was. Now, I wasn't particularly close to anyone at the time, but I was friendly enough. Now, you want to guess what he put in the potatoes box? It wasn't a potato. It was a... So I was obviously shocked. I never saw a metal tool in real life before, after all. I know, possibly sheltered of me, but what do you expect from being from the internet? Anyway, he was like, hey, keep an eye on this for me. Don't touch it. And I was like, sure. Yep, don't worry about me, bud. I'm good. And then he left for like 20 minutes. Now, I'm not crazy. When someone tells me not to touch something potentially dangerous, I'm not gonna touch it. But the trust he had in me was crazy, because I could have been someone insane and started going crazy. But at least I wasn't. And I don't know if that's like cross-contamination either, because, weaponry that someone touched, being put on a few potatoes that don't get washed. Yeah, it was a interesting occurrence that happened, and didn't think that it would happen ever. And if that's ever happened to you, you should maybe mention it, because I feel like that's a rare thing that happens. Then, there was one time that the office was locked. Yeah, I know. How can this be worthy of a story time, Echo? Well, a girl almost fell through the ceiling, so I'd say it makes it pretty worthy. So, it was a regular night at Cindy's, and the pseudo manager who happened to lock the office key in the office. And since he was the only person who would even have the key, it was a much bigger deal than it probably would have been normally. And I guess since he was just a pseudo manager, he didn't want to get in trouble. Anyway, he asked me if I would try and go into the office through the ceiling. And I was like, sure, I guess. I mean, didn't have much of a choice there, so I climbed a table and a coworker to get up into the ceiling. I tried reaching for the door through the ceiling, but I'm short, 5'2". I wasn't getting anywhere, right? But I saw a mop next to the coworker that held me up, so I asked him to pass it to me. Now, he didn't want to help or listen for whatever reason, so I just had to say that I couldn't do it. and climb back down. Then another coworker, a girl, volunteered to go up instead. She was maybe an inch taller, maybe two, than me, but she definitely would not have been able to reach the door either. Then it happened. All of a sudden, her torso fell through. She tried moving herself back towards where she came, but it was of little help, and she slipped more. Time was slowing. She was screaming, and then the dear coworker, we'll call him Isaiah, that helped us get into the ceiling, went in and pulled her out. There was a good moment of celebration, but nothing was done or accomplished with the door. So I went back in, being a total agent, and told Isaiah to hand me the mop stick thing and brought it in with me. I inched in further, mop in hand, and pushed it out the opening towards the door handle. It was too far. I scooched closer, pushed the mop even further. Then boom, the door was open. All thanks to me. And I will forever call myself that Cindy's savior. I no longer work at Cindy's. I have always thought that these stories would be interesting to tell eventually. And I know that they aren't as bizarre as a lot of other YouTubers' story times are, but they are my stories. And maybe this constantly talking wasn't to your preference. If it wasn't, let me know. I mean, this is something new that I tried doing, and I feel like with Storytime animations, you're able to at least get a better visual. So this may end up being a bit of a flop, but at least the drawing is nice, you know? I may end up doing a legit, like, Storytime animation at some point later on, or maybe about a certain person in my life, maybe, but that's only maybe and in the further future. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, like I said, for maybe the third time now. I know this is very different from the usual Speedpaint, so I understand if it wasn't to your taste. If it wasn't, let me know. If it was, also let me know, because I might just try and tell more stories, though expect them to be similar in eventfulness if I do, since not a lot of crazy things happen to me. But that's all from me, so have a good day, night, evening, from wherever you are.